In today's video, I thought it'd be fun to look at some of the most commonly used Apple products on the market today and see how their microphones stack up against each other. If that's what you came for, let's dive right into it. I do think it's worth mentioning, or at least showing you the space that I'm recording in and how I recorded that intro. This is just the Rode NTG3 right above me. It's a boom microphone and that's connected directly into the camera right in front of me. I just wanted to give you a reference of how I normally record YouTube videos. Let's start off with the most popular product. Right now I'm recording directly into the iPhone. It is frontward facing and I have nothing plugged into it. So this is the raw signal going directly into the iPhone. And now I'm talking to you on an iPad Pro. It's forward facing. How does this sound versus the iPhone? I would think that the iPhone would have a better microphone because it's meant for speaking to other people, among other things. But I'm sure the iPad Pro probably has a decent mic on it too. And now I'm on the MacBook Pro. This is the last in the line of actual devices that I'm going to be recording on. Next, I'm going to move on to some headphones so you can hear how those sound. But I thought it would be cool to reference how an iPhone sounds versus an iPad versus a MacBook Pro. Now we have the Apple wired headphones going directly into the phone right in front of me. Now the microphone for your headphones is right here, this little, switch. And if I move it closer to my mouth, it probably gets a little bit better, but you probably have some plosives. If I move it away, that's how it sounds. Now let's move on to the AirPods. This will sound drastically different, or at least I think it's going to sound drastically different than the audio signal you were just listening to, because this is the first one that transmits via Bluetooth, giving it that digital tinny sound. Now, I am very curious to see whether or not the AirPods are different sounding because they transmit via Bluetooth to the AirPod Pros. Here we have the AirPods, here we have the AirPod Pros. Can you tell a difference in how the audio quality sounds? I can't tell here until I put it into the computer, but you can tell immediately by me just talking to you as a reference. And do either of these sound any better than the Apple Powerbeats Pro? Does the Power beat the AirPods Pro? And does that beat the AirPods? So here's the three that we've had so far. And do all three of these beat the wired, which is the cheapest of all of these? But I'm actually curious to see if the Apple Powerbeats Pro does beat the AirPods Max. Obviously, this is the most expensive out of any of the headphones that we've just covered. And does it sound like it's the most expensive? Probably not. I think it goes without saying that this is hands down the best audio listening experience that you're going to have when listening to music or just anything in general when you're consuming media with these headphones. But does the microphone stack up to the significantly cheaper wired headphones? Now, there is one other product that I want to show you that isn't made by Apple. I just think it's a nice, simple solution for those of you that are content creators that want to plug directly into your phone with a wireless microphone. And that is this piece of gear. It's a lapel microphone by Lewinner, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and it charges by USB-C, and on the inside it looks like this. There's a clip-on mic and a receiver that plugs directly into your iPhone. Once you have it plugged in, you don't need to download any apps, you don't have to go into settings and click anything. It just works automatically and iPhone recognizes it as a microphone. For some creators, using a microphone like this that connects directly into your phone might be something that appeals to them. If you're curious about this piece of gear or any of the others, I have links to them in the description below. Hello, this is Javier from the future after editing, listening to, and watching the same video that you just had the chance to. And if you want to hear some of my thoughts, here they are. The first thing that stood out to me is something that I think I probably knew but didn't really pay attention to, is the fact that the iPhone and the iPad record audio in stereo. The rest of these signals were in mono. So if you jump from mono to stereo and you're listening on headphones, it could be a little jarring. That being said, I do think that the iPhone was one of the best microphones, just nothing plugged into it. If you have an iPhone just right in front of you, the signal's not too bad. To show you what I mean, I converted the stereo file down to mono. That's this little clip down here. And I'll flip-flop between the two. If you're wearing headphones, you're really gonna hear a difference. If you're not wearing headphones, you may not hear too much of a difference, but you'll see it over here in the meters. So I'll start out in stereo and flip-flop between the two, see if you can hear the difference. Right now I'm recording directly into the iPhone. It is frontward facing and I have nothing plugged into it. So this is the raw signal going directly into the iPhone. The stereo signal from the iPhone sounds really, really good. And I would say that that was probably my favorite signal. If everything was being recorded in mono, I actually think the signal from the MacBook Pro was my favorite of all of these signals, just to give you a reference. And now I'm on the MacBook Pro. This is the last in the line of, and here is the iPhone in mono. I have nothing plugged into it. So this is the raw signal going directly in. If they're all playing back in mono, then I prefer to have the MacBook Pro. Now, the camera that you're looking at is from my MacBook Pro, but I'm still using that microphone right here for those that think that this is the audio from the MacBook Pro while I'm speaking in between. It's not, it's that Rode NTG3. All right, so the next thing that stood out to me was the lack of difference in the Bluetooth microphones. So I think that all of these Bluetooth microphones sound about the same. The only thing is the AirPod Maxes sound a little bit better. But if you were to be using these to record voiceover or to record any type of VO work for your videos, I just wouldn't recommend it. I thought the wired headphones were okay. They were definitely better than all of the other headphones. The only thing that I'll point out though is that I think the wired headphones had a slight little hiss, which is something that you could use post-processing to get rid of, but it's still there. Right in front of me. Now the microphone for your headphones is right here, this little, I don't know, switch. And I don't know if you can hear that like over YouTube, but for me, with these headphones on, I can hear a slight little hiss where these, the iPad, the MacBook, and the iPhone didn't have that when you're just recording raw into it. Lastly, there was this Lewinner microphone. It sounds very thin. It doesn't click anything. It just works automatically and iPhone recognizes it as a microphone. The thing that bothered me about this microphone though is that it had a rustling noise. So right here, I'll see if I can play it for you. iPhone recognizes it as a microphone. So just this waveform right here was some wrestling noise. And if you want to go back in the video and play this whole section, if you're listening for that wrestling, that close noise, you'll hear it. There are other options for you if you wanted to go directly into something like an iPhone. If you wanted to use a microphone like a Rode Wireless Go, you would need a little dongle attachment to plug that in. That's another wireless option. But if we start going down that road for a video like this, then it just opens up the opportunity to any kind of microphone. Like for instance, I could probably connect the microphone that I'm talking into right now into my phone if I just had the right dongles and other equipment. I just wanted simple solutions for those of you that wanted to go directly into an iPhone. So those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. Would you even consider using a Bluetooth headphone as something that you would record your audio with? Say it's like a podcast or something like that. I mean, some audio is better than no audio. So obviously, if these were your only options, then by all means use them. But I think the fact that you can get cheaper wired headphones and they sound pretty decent if you like hang the microphone right in front of you, that could be the best option. If this video was helpful or just interesting in general, don't forget to hit that like button. My name's Javier Mercedes. I do video editing tutorials on this channel. If you're into that kind of thing, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I hope you're out there living a life of abundance. Bye.